For those of us who work in finance, we know it as a complex ecosystem with many capabilities, process gaps, siloed data, manual effort, and poor employee experience. Within organizations, large and small, there are many points of interaction with the broader organization and the finance department. These interactions go across accounts receivable, treasury, financial process and automation, and accounting. The ServiceNow platform brings a unique opportunity to finance organizations across industry. It brings a single pane of glass system of action solution that combines AI plus data plus workflow and seamless integrations to systems of record like ERPs and other platforms. There are unique opportunities within the source to pay portion of finance. And when we think about source to pay, it really is more than a transaction. You need to have a platform of action to really make the human experience that participates in the source to pay function efficient and really unlock the potential of outcomes that can be different than what they are today. We would like to demonstrate for you in the next couple of videos how we have linked ServiceNow seamlessly with an SAP ERP platform. And in these demonstrations, you're going to see how ServiceNow performs as a system of action in creating a purchase order, how that purchase order is fed to SAP, and then how goods are received against that purchase order within ServiceNow, and the results of that fed into SAP. In addition, we're going to show you in the supplier function the ability, again, to use ServiceNow as the system of action to create a new supplier, have it fed to SAP, and then allow for demographic bank information changes to occur within ServiceNow and updates made to SAP. By integrating these platforms seamlessly, both platforms can perform at their optimal function.
So let's take a look at how we might add a new supplier record into SAP using ServiceNow. I've received a request to add a record for California Composites, and the first thing I'll do is quickly review the most recently added suppliers in SAP to confirm that this company has not been entered yet. Once confirmed, I can navigate to the primary data for suppliers and use ServiceNow to quickly enter the required supplier details and add a new record. So I will enter the legal name. We'll go through and set a relationship status, confirm that the customer's been onboarded, and then we will add the address details. Once the record is saved, I will add a legal entity mapping. I will select legal entity, payment terms, and GL account. Once completed, I will submit those changes. The supplier record will now be automatically synced with SAP, and we can verify that the new supplier has been added to the system. We can also see that there aren't any payment details at this point. So let's take a look at how we would add payment details using ServiceNow into this record. When we return to the supplier record, you can now see that the ERP supplier code has been updated to reflect the SAP data. Once in the supplier record, we can now add banking details for the supplier. I will add the required banking details that include bank name, routing number, SWIFT code. We will also add the beneficiary account name and the account number. Once I save the record, we can then go back into SAP and verify the supplier banking details are correct and that my supplier has in fact been successfully added to our ERP. Using ServiceNow as the platform of action allows organizations to significantly streamline their operations using a single pane of glass approach to complex ERP integrations. In our next scenario, we're going to show how to automatically create a purchase order in SAP based on a purchase requisition in ServiceNow. So we'll get started with a user, Sheila Richmond. She's going to be working through the ServiceNow shopping hub to purchase a new hard drive for an upcoming conference. We'll go ahead and select our appropriate details here. We're going to ask for a specific date for delivery when we know we're going to be in the office. And we will also put in our appropriate shipping details and reason to purchase here. Once that's been completed, we're actually going to start a purchase requisition case in ServiceNow. And so a purchasing agent will now pick up this item and go ahead and complete the details required to get this underway. Once that's complete, we're going to have a case opened up and we're going to work through the playbook to make sure we gather the rest of the critical details for this purchase requisition and get this item submitted. All right, so just continuing to work through the playbook items here. We're going to skip the notification and get this case completed. Once that's completed, we'll do a bit of a refresh here on the screen and confirm revision, and then we will go ahead and create the purchase order. Once this is created, we're going to perform an automation to go into SAP and get a purchase order created on that side. And so we can actually log into the system, find that purchasing document, go into the details, and actually see that we do in fact now have a purchase order record created in SAP, and our workflow is now complete.